Get a shot of this with the lateral camera in a moment, the main camera, but these jockeys are going to have a bike race on the Lassiter's Casino bikes. Quite a very interesting concept and certainly a lot of fun for the people here today. And speaking of Lassiter's Hotel Casino, the Chief Executive Officer joins us on Sky Channel now, Peter Bridge. Peter, how are you?
Afternoon, Hilton. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Peter, you've sponsored the Cup again. It's becoming a long and trusting sort of support of this race?
Yes, we've been involved with Lassiter's for a number of years and looking forward to more and more supporting of racing here in the Northern Territory. This carnival has really grown over the last few years, and we've had a wonderful weekend with auctions and yearling sales, a cup ball on Saturday evening, and everything's been going really well, culminating in this race coming up in the next 40 minutes.
And how is the casino going?
We're going very, very well. We've focused ourselves on the local population with a little bit of cream coming from interstate these days, and we're very, very happy with the way things have been working out.
You spent a long time in Darwin and you've been in Alice Springs some 15 months. Has it been a good move for you?
Certainly has. I think this coming up to my 10th year in the Northern Territory. It's a wonderful place to work and live. I'm very happy to bring up my family here and we're enjoying it immensely.
Your casino has many and varied forms of gambling, and I see you've recently added a TAB in there, which helps the punters along.
Certainly has. The TAB is certainly attracting a lot of gamblers during the day. Their wives are playing the other facilities we have there, the poker machines and the tables, and we're hoping that the TAB facilities will grow, and well, as an alternative to the track, they're really working well on evenings, and Saturday evenings are a fantastic boom for us there, with all the gamblers coming back after the races, bringing their winnings, and having a bet on the other events that are broadcast through Sky. And
on the other side of the Lassiter's Hotel and Casino, of course, we have the bike race about to go here, but we have, or you have excellent accommodation there. I've been staying there each year for a number of years now, and it gets better and better. The improvements are terrific.
Yeah, we're going very well there. We've booked out our hotel. I think we've probably got about another 50 or 60 hotel rooms booked around Alice Springs, with all the people wanting to come to the Cup for this weekend.
And packages can, of course, be organised to come to Alice Springs and stay at the casino and see the many attractions in and around town.
Well, there certainly is. One of the prime things we're promoting at the moment is the golf course. There's the Alice Springs Golf Course is one of the best desert golf courses in the world, and I encourage anyone to come up here and have a round of 18 holes. Absolutely fantastic course.
You put together a little flyer in all the rooms as the jockeys go away here, and they're often racing in this bike race, and I've got no idea who's in front, but it looks like the better going is on the outside of the track. We'll come back with Peter Bridge in a moment. Let's go to Queanbeyan right now, and here's Tony Campbell.
For the last, they're under starter's orders now. Stand by for a start. Starter goes up. And away they go. A pretty good start, although getting out slowly was Toledo Twig. And Proud Deb didn't jump all that well, and Star Journey went straight to the lead. Going up fairly wide, Roy O'Roy and Miss Selwick in that leading division, then McVean. Back behind those, Proud Deb gaining ground in a hurry, followed by St Crispin. Saloon Sally's on the outside. A further break behind those, Toledo Twig, followed by Tanzadette and Capranacity's last. As they race inside the 800, Star Journey leads. It's Star Journey leading as they race down the side. Miss Selwick a second, followed by Roy O'Roy. Keen to go a little bit quicker on the outside of McVean. In behind those, Proud Deb, followed then by St Crispin down on the inside. Caught three wide, Saloon Sally. A further break behind those, Toledo Twig and Tanzadette together. And about 3 or 4, Capranacity last of all. As they race up towards the turn, the last at Queanbeyan. 400 to go, Star Journey leads. Here's Roy O'Roy looming up on the outside. In behind those, Miss Selwick, followed by McVean. Further back behind those in the field, then Tanzadette, followed further back then. Under the whip was Toledo Twig, but Star Journey is still the leader. He's got to go for the whip. Roy O'Roy can't go on. McVean is running on fairly well, and Toledo Twig is coming quickly, but Star Journey well clear near the line, and Star Journey wins the last well. Star Journey first, Toledo Twig second, third St Crispin, followed then by McVean. In behind those, Tanzadette, Roy O'Roy couldn't go on. A break, Saloon Sally, followed then by Miss Selwick, and the last pair across the line, Proud Devon Capranacity.
Number 5, Star Journey, 5:40 and 1:50, a photo for the miners. Tony Campbell calling today at Queanbeyan. All right, we've got more racing coming up shortly. We have Kilmore, race number 9, and also Maitland coming up at 5:20. We've just had the bike race. I've got no idea who won it. I think it may have even been Simon Price, wearing the yellow with the red colours, but this is how they went only a moment ago. the stalls opened, and clearly the boys out wide got off to the best start. And it was a cleanly run race, although Neil Payne declares there's going to be a protest, but I don't know how big. He was about 25 lengths off the lead the whole way. So there we go, Jockey's Bike Race on the Lassiter's bikes here at Alice Springs. Peter, we were talking about this carnival, and you put a flyer in the room as to, or summing up what you could do in town, and the casino's right behind the tourist attractions, and building a real package and a real entertaining sort of a package to come to Alice Springs and enjoy.
There's so much here to do over the weekend. Traditionally it's been built on a lot of social activities, but what we're trying to do is to encourage people to come to Alice Springs, have a look around at all the other besides the social activities, the natural wonders we have here. The government have just opened up a new desert park out here, which some cost of $20 million, been open about 3 weeks, and that's a wonderful attraction to spend a couple of days looking around that.
All right, well, thank you very much for having us again at Lassiter's Hotel and Casino. It's always a pleasure, and good to see you.
Thank you very much, Hilton.
Good on you. Peter Bridge there, the Chief Executive Officer of the Lassiter's Hotel and Casino here at Alice Springs. We've got Ken Rogerson standing by. Ken will be having a look at the runners in the Cup this year. Ken, of course, has won, I think, 3 of the last 4 Alice Springs Cups, but unfortunately no runner this year. And Ken knows the form very well indeed, a very good judge. So we'll run through the field and have a look at the runners with Ken as time does permit. But right now, back to you.
Thanks, Hilton. Obviously thriving there in Alec.
And welcome back trackside to Pioneer Park at Alice Springs. A beautiful day weather-wise here, and we await anxiously the Lassiter's Hotel Casino Alice Springs Cup. Now, the runners, in fact, aren't even in the mounting yard as yet, but they won't be too far away. This 2,000-metre event. We might even have a quick look at the market if we can as we build up to the Alice Springs Cup. I can tell you that on track, there's not much in the betting between 4 Beauguest, 5 Paisano and 10 Drydell. It'd be pretty much 5 to 1 the field here. So what you're seeing on the TAB is pretty much what you're getting on course here. Glacier Bay at $9.50. Brindabella Blue $7.70, 4 Beauguest at $6.20, 5 Paisano $6.10. Number 6 Parker Tree, Brett Marshall the rider, $15. We'll be chatting to Brett in just a moment. Kings Up 17, Tactics 21, 9 Do Right at $9.60, 10 Drydell at $11, 11 Kingston Reserve, the rider is Dougie Arnold at $15, and Gold Manor $7.70. Mark Riley's runner to be ridden by Simon Price. And Simon will give that horse every chance. Mick Stumbles goes 10, 4 and 2 in the Alice Springs Cup. And the late mail from Rod Galegas is Glacier Bay with Paul Denton aboard. Earlier today, the Ansett Australia Invitation Stakes was won in great fashion by a horse called Countryman. Brett Marshall rode that horse, and Brett actually drew that horse's name out of a hat yesterday, so it was a job well done. Congratulations, Brett.
Yes, thanks, Hilton.
You've been here for some time. You've come prior to all the other visiting jockeys. Why did that come about?
Really, I just wanted to come up and get a feel of the track and see what it was like up here, and a couple of the trainers rang me up and asked me to come up a bit earlier, so there was no question I was going to make the money up here just prior couple of weeks, so I did.
So it's been very successful?
Well, I rode my first winner last Saturday and then one today, so it's only 2 winners, but still, it's been good.
Will you stay on?
No, I'll fly back tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, and you'll be going back to where?
Adelaide. Go back to Adelaide and, yeah, during the carnival down there.
Who are you predominantly riding for?
For everyone, freelancing with everyone, really, just wherever the rides come from, yeah.
You surprised me yesterday when you said you've ridden between 3 and 350 winners. That's a terrific effort, and you're only 21 years of age. You've got the future ahead of you, but you're out of your apprenticeship now. Are you finding it harder?
I'm a little bit. I've really only just started to control my weight and ride on 53 comfortably now. I was struggling there for a little bit, and it sort of gets you down after a while, and I just had a bit of a break and just getting back into it again now. The
same old story. You're very tall for a jockey. Did you ever always want to be a jockey when you were younger?
Oh, from the age of 5, I've always been on the horses and always been riding, and it's all I've ever wanted to do, yeah.
What about this runner in the Cup here? Do you know much about this horse that you've gone on to? Number 6 here, which is Parker Tree?
Not really. He hasn't shown bad form, I think, apart from last start, but I think he just got in a bit of a trouble. And his prior runs that haven't been too bad, like he's got beaten by Beauguest, which is favourite in this race here today, and I think really the horse that gets the best run in the race is going to be the one that's really going to win it, I think.
So which is the hard one to beat?
Personally, I think Arnie, myself, I know he's good odds, but I think he'll run a nice race today. Beauguest and I think Paisano, he's going to come from back, but I think Kingston Reserve will put the speed on, and he's got a good chance too.
All right, well, best of luck today. Congratulations on his success, and throughout the Adelaide Carnival as well.
Thank you.
Good on you. Brett Marshall there, who's riding number 6 Parketry, a pickup ride. Ben Cornell unfortunately feeling a little bit ill today, and he didn't ride after race number 1. We'll come back in a moment with Ken Rogerson to have a look at the Alice Springs Cup field.
And we look forward to that. The feature event today, the Lassiter's Casino Hotel Alice Springs Cup. Let's go back to Hilton.
Visiting trainer Ken Rogerson spends a lot of time in the Territory each year. He also spends time in Adelaide. He gets about and he has great success. He's trained 3 of the last 4 Alice Springs Cups. Silver Shark going back to 1993, ridden by Paul Denton. Wayne Treloar won on Lotherway County, the great Lotherway County in 1994 and 1995. And I think Lotherway County ran in the race last year but finished down the track, but he's been a great horse. So 3 out of the last 4 cups to Ken Rogerson. Unfortunately, no runner in this year's cup, and he joins us now on Sky. How are you, Ken?
Very well, thanks, Hilton.
Ken, it must be disappointing not to have a runner in the cup.
Yeah, I had a couple early, but they sort of dropped by the wayside, so it sort of never eventuated. So, I mean, that's just the way life goes.
And how have you been going? I noticed you've been training quite a few winners. You're not far down the premiership ladder here.
Yeah, well, I don't stay long enough in the year to go for the premiership and all that sort of stuff, so that doesn't really worry me much. But no, I'm going okay.
And you'll head off to Darwin soon?
Yeah, probably head up there for the carnival again and hopefully have a bit of success up there.
All right, well, let's have a look at this race. A very open field. And what horse do you like in the event?
Well, I really like Beau Guest, really, because I think he's had the right preparation for the race. His last start over 1800 was a nice effort, and I just see him walking past down. He looks really nice and fit and strong, and he's had the ideal preparation for a race of this sort of going into it anyhow.
We're having a look at Brindabella Blue on screen. Should have some hope.
I think Brindabella Blue's got a good chance. I took Lotherway County to the Broken Hill Cup, and he won that, and he came up here and won the Alice Cup. So really, like, his run the other day was pretty good in a listed race in Adelaide, and he wasn't far from them. He's got to be a chance, but today I don't think they're really sweeping from the back, so it'll be very interesting to see if they can in this race.
Does that mean Kingston Reserve has some hope at odds, given that it's probably going to lead?
Yeah, he's probably better off he had a drawn inside. He's going to have to work harder to get across there, and probably at the last 150 metres might just find him out now, you know.
So you're tipping Beau Guest here. What about other good chances? Perhaps the other 2 Viv Oldfield runners? How do they compare?
Yeah, probably Do Right. He's won the Guineas and the Derby in Darwin. I just think he's a chance, but I don't think he's sort of... The way the race was run the other day sort of suited him a bit. And Dreidel, he's probably the best runner in the race, but I just don't think he's quite had the preparation for it.
And what about Paisano, the visitor from the Joe Hall stable?
Yeah, I saw him race down in Adelaide. He was quite impressive when I saw him race down there, but then he went to Broken Hill and he got beat by Brindabella Blue, so really you'd say on the dirt the other horse might have a better chance, Brindabella Blue, than him, you know. All
right, but you're tipping Beau Guest, the horse with the right preparation for the Cup. Now we're on start time at Maitland, and these runners are about to move up for race number 9 at Maitland as the sun sets in the east, but the sun is out here at Alice Springs. $4.90 for number 1, 3 9s at $5.50, $9.30 for Caesar Black, $3.90 number 7 Elite Bid. They're about to move up. We might have a quick look at the market again on the Alice Springs Cup. And very open betting here. I mentioned, of course, that Paisano and Dreidel probably equal favourites on course around the 5-1 mark. Good chances, Glacier Bay, Brindabella Blue, Beau Guest around 6 and 7-1. So it's the firmer here is Beau Guest. Looks like they're listening to you, Ken, $6.20 into $5.20. Paisano around $6. And Gold Manor from the Mark Riley stable at $9. How do you think Gold Manor will go?
He raced very good up here last start. He missed a kick and sort of got home nicely, but I thought Do Right held him quite easy at the end, and probably at the distance it mightn't really suit him. I think he's probably a better miler.
All right, well, Beau Guest is the big tip from Ken Rogerson. Thanks for joining us again today, Ken. And we look forward to the future. Perhaps we'll keep an eye out for K. Rogerson in Darwin.
Thanks very much for that, Hilton.
Good on you, Ken. Ken Rogerson there. And his tip here, Rod, is number 4, Beau Guest. He says it'll be very hard to beat the horse with the best preparation going into the Alice Springs Cup.
Well, certainly a man who knows what to go at Alice Springs, the big one. The Cup and the win pool is up beyond 101,000. Where Beau Guest, the Ken Rogerson tip, is now into tote favourite at $4.30. Glacier Bay, $9.70. Brindabella Blue, $7.30. More money goes in. It's $9.90 Glacier Bay, the late mail. Brindabella Blue, $7.30. Beau Guest, $4.40. Paisano, $5.90. Then down to Do Right, 10. Dreidel, 10. And Gold Manor is $9.10. Barrier stalls filling very quickly now for the Lassiter's Hotel Casino Alice Springs Cup for 97 over 2,000 metres. Here's Mick Stumbles.
Do right.
Whenever you're ready, you are.
On barrier 10. Wait for the rider to settle in the saddle, Neil Payne. And they're just about ready. Light on for the cup. Stand by. Set, track cleared in front. Lassiter's Hotel Casino Alice Springs Cup. They're ready now. Off and racing. King's Up on the inside, got away well. Tactics out okay. Dreidel got away very nicely too. Glacier Bay and Parketry out deep, showing good speed. With Kingston Reserve out wide on the track, also trying to get across as they head down towards the judge the first time. King's Up and Tactics share the front with Dreidel the centre, and out deep on the track, sweeping around them to hit the lead as they go out of the straight, Kingston Reserve. And Kingston Reserve takes them onto the side up to the 1,500 by a length and a quarter. In second spot, King's Up the inside of Tactics, a length and a half to Dreidel. Glacier Bay the inside, Arnie moving up a little bit deeper on the track, then Beauguest. Further out on the track, Parketry 3 deep from Brindabella Blue, about 2 or 3 lengths further back then came Do Right, a long way back, Gold Manor, and on his outside is Paisano. By the 1,200 metre point they race, and Kingston Reserve sets a good speed by a length and a half to Tactics, holding down second spot. King's Up is third, the rails, Dreidel is nice and handy as they get down the back of the track inside the 1,000 metre point. Then driving up behind them next was Glacier Bay over on the inside, and there's Do Right whipping around them to be running up towards the lead as they get up towards the 800 metre point. Kingston Reserve leads the way from Tactics. Do Right made a move a long way from home. He's out 3 and 4 deep. Brindabella Blue is starting to take off and come right into the race. Then Arnie Parketry starting to work into it. King's Up getting caught back along the inside. Paisano in the black and white cap starting to come right around the field. Glacier Bay next to last on the home turn, and Gold Manor back at the tail of the field. Out deep, Paisano rushed up with Brindabella Blue. Then further back along the inside was Do Right as they wheel into the home stretch at the 300. And Paisano's hit the front in the cup and kicked away from Brindabella Blue. Then Do Right, Kingston Reserve has spent force. Beauguest running home hard down the outside with Gold Manor. But Paisano, I think, has pitched the cup with 50 metres to go. Beauguest flying down the outside. Going to be too late. Paisano wins the Lassiter's Hotel Casino Alice Springs Cup by a length to Beauguest. Gold Manor got home well late to run third, then Do Right, Brindabella Blue. In behind them next, King's Up. Further back, Dreidel. Out on the track, Glacier Bay had no luck in the run. In behind him, Tactics, Kingston Reserve, Parketry and Arnie, the last two.
And there it was, the Alice Springs Cup. Number 5, Paisano, $6.20 and $2.30, a sweeping run before the turn, beating Beauguest, who came home well, the tote favourite, $1.90, and third was number 12, Gold Manor, paid $2.60. Clever ride, though, Paisano, winning the cup with that sweeping run before the home turn, and went on to win quite decisively for this year's Alice Springs Cup. Paisano with Richard Jolly aboard, getting the money. The very good ride too. It was from Richard Jolly to win on Paisano, $6.20 and $2.30, so it was well in the market, defeating Beauguest with Peter Hutchinson on board. And last night's hit out didn't do him any harm at all. Gold Manor was third to pay $2.60. Simon Price, the rider of Gold Manor. As the runners return after the Alice Springs Cup at Maitland in the next to last event, Caesar Black $7.30 and $2. Pale Harbour $3.30. Elite Bid $1.90. The Quinella $48.80. The Exacta $125.60. The Trifecta $676.30. Still one to go at Maitland, and after this break on today's Sky Racing, we'll be going back to Alice Springs for Hilton Donaldson's wrap-up on Cup Day.
Alice Springs, and the Chief Executive joins us from the Alice Springs Turf Club, John Fitzgerald. John, this carnival gets better and better each year.
It does, Hilton. We've been up in every department all weekend. The yearling sale Friday night, a huge success, the William English yearling sale. Saturday at the races, biggest day ever on the Saturday. And the Calcutta, well, you were here yesterday, there was an enormous crowd. And today, again, another big crowd at the races.
Yeah, there are Calcuttas held on cups all over the place, but this is one of the most successful ones I've ever seen. Now, what's first prize, do you know?
First prize is actually about $6,500 in our Calcutta, so that's enormous for the size of the population here.
And you've had a lot of interest, a lot of visitors, of course. Again, I've seen a few faces from the eastern states, and they're here again, and there's more each year.
That's pleasant, because each year we see it grow and develop, and that's what it's all about. And it's actually built up its own momentum now. People go home after having a fabulous weekend and tell their friends, and we get more and more every year. So we're